made Burnt Toast and Offerings from the writing of it to the recording of it over the period of 2-3 years, during which I was going through a divorce. And I knew early on that I was going to end up writing about it. I mean, I had the conversation with myself briefly, am I going to write about this? It's so intensely personal, and yet the answer is so obvious. Yeah, you're going to write about it, of course. I had to. I've said before, I don't believe that writing is an act of self-expression as much as it is an act of self-discovery. You know, I write to find out how I feel, and that certainly was true on this record. It was an act of self-discovery. There were a lot of revelations. There were a lot of lines that would come out, and I would just sort of go, oh, that's what that's about.
Oh, Jezebel, you just can't tell them how you feel. They see the world in black and white.
I also felt like I had, for the first time, maybe, I had material that was of such a deeply personal nature that only I could write it, and that really excited me as a writer, and it was a challenge, and it was some place that I needed to go. I needed the challenge of digging a little deeper personally. The title Burnt Toast and Offerings comes from one of the songs, which is called Breakfast at Our House, which I think in some ways is maybe the crux of the album, in that it's the portrait of a marriage falling apart. It's the little snapshot. It's that incredibly tense and uncomfortable and awkward stage that I think every marriage gets to when it's falling apart, when you start sort of almost being polite with each other, when it's not quite come undone yet, but everyone knows, and it's the elephant in the room.
So here's to all the young boys, to all the fair-haired girls who ran away on honeymoons, who married in a whirl.
There are a lot of happy moments on this record too. I was in love and wrote a couple of just straightforward love songs. I was actually surprised what poured out of me.